I'm going to see if we show up on YouTube. Oh, yeah, we do appear to be live on YouTube, so that's good. You let me know when you want me to press the button, and
whenever you're ready, brother.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
You're ready to rock? All right.
Yeah, we got some killer videos, dude.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Children. This is for the children.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it.
The strange, the bizarre, the funny, and the sad. In a world of algorithmic nightmares, these are the stories you find when you scroll too long. All the facts, all the absurdity, none of the fluff. This is Doomscrollin with your hosts, Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike.
Oh, snaps. We're in it. Hello, everybody. What's up, Doomers? How are you? We missed you. Welcome to Doomscrollin, the #1 educational show on the internet. Nobody will teach you more than we will in this hour and a half. He's Midnight Mike. I'm Sam Tripoli. Midnight, how are you? Can we get an update on the goats?
Oh, God. There's such a thing as goat polio. And when that happens, there's a variety of different issues. And, you wake up every 4 hours to go inject a goat after you wrangle it. But we're in the clear, I think, for now. Fingers crossed. So thank you for asking about the goats.
My pleasure, brother. Real quick, where can they find you?
Oh, people can go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. Yes.
Oh, snaps. All links below. I'm Sam Tripoli. SamTripoli.com. SamTripoli.com/events. I'll show them at the end of the show. So you can grab tickets to my live show. They've been fire lately. Daddy's been on fire. And check out my 2 Crowdwork specials. One is called Black Crack Robots. The other one is called Potty Mouth. And they're available basically anywhere. SamTripoli.com, YouTube, and Twitter. So should we get into it, dude? I feel like the people need it. They haven't seen it for a while. Jimmy Lip's here, so I think we got to go.
You went viral 2 weeks ago. You're still going viral.
I'm trying not to anymore.
It's crazy what's happening, but we should probably do it. The wheel is packed. Let's just take a look.
It is so packed. Oh no, that video folly is there waiting constantly. Let's see if we can. Do we remember the old score, the old high score?
I might have it written down somewhere, but it's in a forgotten notebook at this point.
Oh, I really have to start writing that down. If anyone remembers it, please put that in the chat. Let's spin.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and just get it done. We're going to spin it right now. Here we go.
Wheel of Doom.
The dots just keep connecting. The other day I posted a video how Kris Jenner accidentally leaked $5 million Basquiat painting in Kim's home. It was pictured right over her daughter's head, and this was a painting by Basquiat. I had found an article stating that she purchased it for $4.9 million from Christie's auction house. We ended up finding out that the owners of Christie's auction house are none other than Salma Hayek and her husband, Henry Pinault, who just so happens to be the founder and CEO of Kering, Balenciaga's sister company. Now, if you're curious as to what Salma Hayek and her husband Henry sell on Christie's auction house, please feel free to visit the website. Enter in Jake and Dino Chapman and go under the tab Sold. For those of you watching this video, I highly suggest that you research what is being sold before commenting. And it is this bad. But that's not all Salma Hayek and Henry own. They also are the majority stakeholders for the CAA. And if you're wondering what the CAA is, it's a talent agency. Oh. It's a Los Angeles-based agency that represents actors, directors, writers, and music artists. Those artists include Tom Hanks, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, among many others.
Ooh.
And what's also interesting is I found this article about former President Joe Biden, who resigned from the creative arts agency that represented him from 2017 to 2020. The move suggests that he may pursue new projects in media, speaking engagements, or publishing. Now, I find it extremely odd that a talent agency would be managing the President of the United States. But maybe it kind of explains why Hollywood and politics are so intertwined. Also, one more thing. This was the same agency that was managing Justin Bieber. But he fired the CAA as his agency. This was part of a larger house cleaning that the couple undertook after Bieber's health issues and canceled tour. He then hired Lou Taylor, who we know was a part of Britney Spears' conservatorship, and she was also in the inbox of Amanda Bynes and Lindsay Lohan as well. But what happens to him after he's managed by the woman who siphoned millions of dollars from Britney Spears? He ended up selling his music rights for $200 million. What are the odds of that? And I also found it odd how it said Bieber and Haley made these decisions. Something ain't right here.
Really?
Well, there's some people who think Haley's his handler.
Well, you see those videos online is that he's not happy with it. He's like slamming a car door in her face. He's like distancing himself from her, and I just hope.
But she just made big bucks. You know that, right? She sold her makeup company for $1 billion, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really?
That's insane.
Yeah, dude. Real quick from Dallas Brown. This show needs to be 5 days a week. Would be the biggest show on YouTube. Knock it out of the park with this one, guys. Thank you, Dallas Brown. We would die. It would be impossible to do this show 5 days a week. We would have no life. We would just constantly be looking for videos. It'd be not easy, dude. Top of the food chain. God bless. Love you from Philly. Thank you, Iron Metal Man. Bill Dank. Thank you, dude. Let's
thank you, big time. Yeah,
great.
Dude.
What
are we doing?
The wheel did not show any mercy. Just kicked in the door, blazed in the 4-4. Good one, and we got 460 points.
Big time. Here we go.
I feel like we're gonna win.
Imagine signing up for a reality singing competition and thinking you're about to become the next Kelly Clarkson. You step onto the stage, the lights come up, and the judges rave about your incredible voice. But there's a plot twist. You actually sound like a dying hyena. Oh, and that audience, the only reason they're cheering is because they were told you were a Make-A-Wish kid living out your final dream.
We lied to you when we said you were a great singer.
This is the story of WB Superstar USA, the show that proved that hell really should have a VIP section. Unlike American Idol, where bad auditions were just part of the fun, WB Superstar USA made the whole point of the show to find the worst singers and push them through, while secretly eliminating the good ones.
Thousands of singers auditioned, all believing that we were searching for America's best singer. But we're not. We're actually searching for America's worst singer.
The judges, including Tone Loc and Vitamin C, yes, graduation Vitamin C, kept totally straight faces while hyping up some seriously off-key performances.
You never felt this way.
Jamie, you are exactly what we are looking for on this show.
Meanwhile, actually talented singers were told they just didn't have it.
Nothing ever changes. Back to being strangers.
Okay, please stop.
And somehow to make this even worse, in order to really sell the illusion, producers also lied to the live studio audience, telling them the performers were terminally ill young people fulfilling their dreams as Make-A-Wish prizes. By the finale, the last singer standing believed that they were indeed the next Beyonce. And then came the brutal reveal.
There's a twist to this show. We really weren't looking for America's best singer. We were looking for someone who thought they were America's best singer. We lied to you when we said you were a great singer.
The winner's joy turned to horror, and WB quietly buried the show after one season. Turns out, tricking people into chasing their dreams on national television just to humiliate them doesn't make for must-see TV. Follow me for more unhinged reality show moments, girl group breakups, and Y2K era foolishness.
He's shiny. He's shy. That is great. Dude, Spike was doing a lot of that stuff. What was that show where the Joe Schmo?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think that's cruel, but so fascinating and entertaining.
What was that show's name?
Oh, God, I got to go back and look. I forget. But I'm going to look it up and watch some of the episodes on YouTube if they're up there. But to not have someone in your life to tell you that you're not a good singer, That's remarkable. And
sorry, go on.
No, just to let them that they probably have family to let the family let that person go out there and humiliate themselves like this shows you how unpopular that person is with their family.
And the guy doing it, like the host, like had zero sympathy. We didn't tell you, we didn't want you because you were the best. We wanted you because you were the worst. I mean, why even tell them that? Let them just go out and realize later on.
Yeah, they'll find out eventually. They should never ever tell them. Go on tour. Why stop there? This is like, you ever see the movie Windy City Heat?
Oh, it's Don Barris's masterpiece.
Yeah. So when they just told the guy what's the guy's name? But Perry. They tell Perry that he's just a great actor, and they put together this whole fake movie for him. And they should just do that with these people. Like, don't ever stop it. You have a reality TV show. You follow these people around pretending that they're the most amazing singer the world has ever seen. And
I think they blew a great opportunity. Do you know at one point the person who had made the most money off American Idol at one point, like in the first maybe 5 to 10 years, was William Hung.
Because I can see that.
They didn't lock him down in contract, and he went around and toured off that shit. They could have done that with that show.
Yeah, like William Hung, he was a sensation, and God bless him. He made his money. Hopefully, he eventually understood they were making fun of him. Maybe he didn't care because he was getting so much money at that point.
Think he knew.
Yeah, I hope so. He didn't seem like he was all together with it.
Do you think William Hung had groupies?
He had to have.
There were some hung groupies. What are they called? The hunged?
The hung jury is a group of women waiting.
Dude, that would have been so funny, dude. All right, let's spin, dude. Too much education. We are now up to 940. That was a big video. A big video. We may break this in 2 or 3 videos.
Yep, could happen.
She calls America evil. From her iPhone while sipping Starbucks, on an airplane, with Wi-Fi, while watching TV. She drinks oat milk because regular milk makes her feel colonial. She got 8 COVID shots, still caught it, and blamed the unvaccinated waiter. She has a Ukraine flag in her bio. She thinks Ukraine is a clothing brand. She says Black Lives Matter, but still clutches her bag in certain neighborhoods. She used to be vegan, now she's carnivore. Depends on who she's dating. She thinks all cops are bad, then called the cops because someone wasn't wearing a mask. She says she's a feminist until she needs a jar opened. She says, trust the science, but thinks there's more than 2 genders. She got the booster, then posted a selfie with doing my part while spreading COVID in Tulum. She drinks ayahuasca for trauma she invented last year. She says she hates capitalism, but charges $499 for Zoom breathwork. She posts about toxic masculinity. From her ex's apartment. She is the most conformist woman in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, it's from an organic coconut with a biodegradable straw. Stay obedient, my friends.
Well, that's wrong.
That's a pretty good video, and it might be too early to name video of the day.
I don't think so.
Great.
I don't think so. We can name video of the day right now.
I'm not afraid of that. The question is that
video of the day? Great job, guys.
We found it. We found the video of the day. It was hiding there all along.
The question is, dude, is that video of the year? Is it in the discussion?
Well, it's marked now. It is marked. I'm marking the videos of the day, and they're going to go into the fun bag of videos.
Snap. I have a couple before video today. I'll send them to you that we had talked about. Oh, someone said no, but I'm saying that's a good video. That's a quality video.
It was strong. It was strong. It was edited in a great way. It looked great. Great voiceover work. Great writing. I am having trouble finding a fault with it. It was very well done.
I can't either. I don't know why people are mad.
Yeah, maybe because it wasn't organic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe because it's AI and we got some snobs
I don't know.
get upset with our AI videos. All right, dude. Congratulations. Spin the wheel. And
Well-
we are up to 11:20 already, and we're 3 videos in. How is this possible?
Just
'Cause
for
we
clarification,
dominate.
The previous score was 71-20. 71-20
Whoa.
as we got on the last show. So here we go. We got a long ways
We're
to go.
3 videos in, and we're already a 7th away there.
Yep, here-
Do that math.
You can do it.
9 crazy reasons you could be accused as a witch in the 1600s. If you were way too attractive, getting lots of attention, they thought your looks might be used to manipulate people into witchcraft, killing you for it. If you were writing on a piece of paper and someone noticed you were left-handed, it was believed left-handed people had the devil's hand, ending your
That's dumb
life.
as
After an argument with someone, if you mumbled under your breath while walking away, people thought you were cursing them with a spell, executing you. If you were too good at cooking and baking, making better tasting food than your neighbors, they thought you used bewitched ingredients to make your food too enjoyable, torturing you to death. If you had a large birthmark, freckles, or moles, you'd be labeled as having the witch's mark, drowning you alive. If someone saw you in their dream, it was believed the person they saw is a witch using spiritual powers to invade your mind, burning you at the stake. If you were never in a relationship or weren't married, people might think you were overly independent, trying to hide something, taking your life. If you loved animals and had a lot of pets, especially cats, they thought you used them as a vessel to transform into to spread your witchcraft, killing you and your pets.
Oh my God. It sounded like
Dude,
a
it was
nightmare
so
back
hard
then.
to be a chick back in the day. Women complain today. If you were too hot and too good at baking.
That's what we need. We need that now, more than ever.
Yeah, where are you, ladies of the past? Come, hang out with us. You will be loved.
It's unfortunate, but I wonder how many people in total died from being a witch, being accused, like, burned at the stake or something like that. Probably a good chunk, a good number of.
Well, they were talking like there was some kind of yeast in the food too that almost had psychedelic factors, and you just trip balls. And everyone thought you were a witch.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming back around. There's a lot of witchy women around these days too. So
There are a lot of witchy women out there. A lot of witchy women. And I
all right,
follow
let's
them
do
on
it. We got 1460 people.
Wow.
1460.
So sit tight. So sit tight.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So stick around.
Guilty of...
This is nuts.
A lifeguard was thrown in jail after saving a drowning 5-year-old boy, all because the child's parents called the police. 23-year-old Zachary Stein worked as a lifeguard at a water park. He noticed 5-year-old Adam Katak struggling underwater. Adam's friends thought he was just holding his breath, but Stein realized something was terribly wrong. Without hesitation, he jumped into the pool, pulled Adam out, and performed emergency CPR, successfully reviving him.
Good.
But just as people began praising Stein as a hero, Adam's parents arrived. Instead of thanking him, they called the police. Officers soon showed up and arrested Stein on charges of endangering a child.
What? Okay, so first of all, you endangered your 5-year-old child by leaving him there with a
Unbelievable.
lifeguard, as if the lifeguard
Unbelievable.
is his babysitter. He's not a babysitter. He's a lifeguard. That used to piss me off when I was a lifeguard. You're not.
I still don't understand though. What? I don't get it. Why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand why he was charged with anything.
Because the parents thought that he was negligent and not saving him hard enough. Not saving
What,
him.
but did he live?
The kid lived, yeah. The kid
Then
lived.
But
he didn't
Yeah.
do it. He didn't do it fast enough, Mock. He didn't do it fast enough for the parents who weren't there with the
He
5-year-old.
saved their life. He saved his life.
People are
Yeah.
litigious. This is the society we live in.
These
Like,
lawyers,
but he
they'll
didn't
just
do
take
it
any gig.
hard enough. He didn't save him hard
Yeah, it didn't
enough.
save him fast enough. This is insane.
But the craziest part is they got a jury to agree to that. That's the craziest part.
Wait, so the jury convicted this kid?
Yeah, he was found guilty.
Holy shit. And I don't
If
like
you're-
cursing on this show.
Yeah, thank you, dude. This is a Christian podcast.
Well, family friendly, but that is absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully it got overturned in appeals. I'm going to look into this, but I can't believe that a jury who didn't have any common sense saying, yeah, these folks who are lifeguards, they're not babysitters. They can't watch
Yeah, it's
200 kids
crazy.
at one time.
Or how about the fact that the judge goes, listen, you got your conviction. We're not sending this guy to jail. Jail's meant for violent criminals and people who steal. This kid is neither that. So you're found guilty, but I'm sentencing you to 5 years of probation. Don't lifeguard anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. Nullify that shit. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Absolutely ridiculous.
Goddamn bullshit.
Casino Production says, hey, dads. Hi. 2 dads. Yay for you.
Well,
yay for you.
I don't have any kids per se. I mean, baby
Casino
goats
Production's
are
your kid. He loves you, Dad.
kids. I mean, baby goats are kids technically. I am a stepdad.
Dude.
I'm a stepdad. So
look at that. Man, we are crushing it. We're almost 2,000. We're only like 5 videos in.
This is what we do.
This may set the record. We may get to like 10,000 points.
We're coming correct.
Come correct.
So get ready.
Get ready.
This is not okay. We have grown men still working in mines underground. It's 2025, and look at this. We have progressed so much as a society that this is not okay. We need more women in the mines. I am a feminist. I believe that women can do just as good a job as men can. We need more women in the mines. This is not okay. This is such a sexist thing that only the men are doing this. Where are the women? We need the women. Do you believe in women? I believe in women. Do you believe in women? Then you should be marching in the streets. We need more women in the mines.
Well, you're right, but for the wrong reason.
Yeah, dude. I'm woman. Hear me roar. Get in the mines, ladies. Start working them mines. I'm a feminist too. Mine equality. People are talking.
That's a tough one. I'm assuming those miners don't get paid a lot down there. At least if you're not in this country. Overseas, I'm assuming that they don't get paid a lot. So
I'm assuming outside this country they get paid nothing.
Yeah, slave wages.
I would say slave wages.
Yeah. If not slave labor. That's a very sad video, but he makes a somewhat valid, if not hyperbolic point.
Yes, I agree with that. Hyperbolic for sure.
All right, let's get this done.
Here we go.
What you're about to see will open your eyes.
Oh no.
Bro.
Joe Biden walking next to an animation of a robot and then a real robot. They're like almost a 1-for-1 match.
Come on how they walk, which is like kind of janky, struggling to get up hills.
He walks like a 1950s robot, because they didn't make very good costumes back then. So he walks like that. He's got a bad costume.
I agree, dude. There's robots. There's Nephilim giants. There's Black Biden. Do you guys remember Black Biden where like you had the mask on and then black skin under it?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody called him sick. Someone called him sick, and they're like, who do we got? We got Jackson. Can he do it? Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. You're going out. You're Biden today.
You're the designated hitter. Get in there. Take one for the team.
Get in there. Get in there. Remember, you can't remember anything. Have a fun time. Man, we're almost at 2,500.
Oh, my God. We can do this.
Such a blessing.
I
think we're going to do it. Can we? Will we? Yes.
The Birch used to beat delinquent boys. There's talk of doing away with it. Even its defenders are becoming apologetic as the debate flourishes.
I'm very much in favour of it.
Charles Carouche, Speaker of the island's Parliament.
Why? It's realistic. There's far too much woolly-minded thinking in the world today. Far too much of the intellectual approach and far too much detachment from realism. You don't get this in an island. You have to live with facts, and we do. We face up to them.
Well, how does having the Birch help you face up to facts?
Well, one has to face up to the fact that in order to contain bad behavior in a small community, and this bad behavior doesn't necessarily emanate from within the community, but in order to contain it, one has to accept forms of punishment that are realistic, and we believe birching is realistic.
Ken Noble, the fisherman, birched 5 times as a boy.
It frightens a child until he gets it. If anyone's supposed...
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
So, I mean...
His tooth got knocked out, too, dude.
He got birched quite a bit. I mean, and that was, for people listening at home, it was like 5 sticks wrapped around, and then these British people just beat their kids with it until they submit.
Right. Yeah, and that guy's a little too... He's got too weird of a face for him to even be around kids, going to be honest with you, that guy who's enjoying hitting kids with sticks. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Not into it, dude.
Did you get paddled? Did you get paddled growing up?
I think I got paddled. No, I don't think I got paddled. My dad chucked me one time across the room when I beat my brother up, but that's about it. They were very hands off. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it worked out.
I think I got smacked once or twice by my dad. Little kid, maybe spanked once or twice. But at school, they would paddle people. They would break out this big wooden paddle. And I don't think I ever got paddled at school. I was mostly a good kid, but I recall some other kids getting paddled with a big wooden paddle. It was kind of crazy looking back at it now.
It is crazy, dude. Yeah, most women are gold diggers. Okay, so we're working the mines, they're working the gold.
Right.
Respect on that. Well played, Rick. Well played, Rick.
How do we not see that joke?
Yeah, how did we not see that
we
joke?
missed it. Wow.
All right, let's go. Man, that was a great video.
You just have to be ready.
Have you ever heard of a pizza predicting war? Well, a bizarre theory called the pizza index is gaining traction, suggesting that a sudden spike in Pentagon pizza orders could signal looming global conflicts. And now some are asking, did the pizza index predict the recent Iran-Israel conflict? It all started with a viral account on X called Pentagon Pizza Report. This account monitors traffic at local pizza joints near the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, home of the US Department of Defense. Using Google Maps activity indicators, they track when pizza places like Domino's, We the Pizza, District Pizza Palace, and Extreme Pizza experience unusual spikes in orders. The theory? When military staff are pulled into late night meetings for emergency briefings or war room sessions, they need food fast. On the night of June 13, around 6:59 p.m. ET, the pizza report flagged a huge surge in activity at multiple Pentagon area pizza spots. Just an hour later, Iranian media began reporting explosions in Tehran, marking the start of Israeli airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear sites and top military commanders. Israel confirmed it had struck several Iranian targets, while Iran suffered significant losses. The US quickly distanced itself, Marco Rubio stating that America was not involved in the strikes.
The pizza never lies.
Bro, I'm sorry, but that video would not be as good as it was if she didn't have that accent. That accent makes that video.
It has a level of authenticity that we require, and that pizza index. So late night decision making, and late night ordering the pizza means that there's something going down, and I like it.
It's pizza magic.
Yeah, oh my God! Yes, we're gonna bomb Iran. Get the pizza magic.
Pizza magic.
We got to send more weapons to Ukraine. Call more pizza.
It's pizza magic.
It's pizza magic. It's pizza magic.
It is pizza magic. So I guess that's a fascinating little piece of like social engineering, not engineering or social data that you can pull from to determine if we're up to shenanigans or something big's going down. So interesting.
Yeah, dude. Pizzagon. Somebody said that in there. Pizzagon. I like that.
Yep. Wow, pizza magic. We do. That's the sound of us bombing Iran. Yeah, wow. Pizza magic. Oh my God, how depressing.
Dude, that was crazy, dude.
All
that
right.
was crazy. We're almost at 3,000, guys. We're
Here we
almost
go.
halfway there.
We're gonna do it with this spin. Come on.
This is great. This has been a great show. Nothing but bangers.
Most people don't know that there's a bridge in Louisiana so long that drivers experience hallucinations while crossing it. This is the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, stretching 38 kilometers, 24 miles, over open water. It's so long that you can't see land at either end. Some drivers panic halfway through. Others report hallucinations like ghost cars or floating lights. There's even a hotline for frightened drivers who need a police escort. This is the longest continuous bridge over water in the world, and not even China has beaten it. Built in 1956, long before modern GPS. The lake it crosses isn't really a lake. It's a shallow, brackish estuary connected to the Gulf of Mexico, full of sharks, abandoned shipwrecks, and forgotten oil rigs. And here's the strangest part. In the fog, the bridge seems to vanish beneath your car. Drivers say it feels like floating in nothingness. I'm just wondering, how are they able to build it with 1950s technology? And not just once, but twice. A second span was added in the 1960s. Have you ever driven across this bridge?
I have never heard of such a bridge, and I would be curious to see this bridge in person.
Well, you know what they say about lakes, bro, and dams, lakes, and probably this, that they're hiding ancient civilizations. That's a man-made water.
Oh, I see what you're saying there, yes.
So what did they flood, dog?
So what's down there? What's really down there? It's shallow. People get disoriented over top of it. It could be a nexus point for some sort of psychic energy that causes hallucinations halfway over there across the bridge. It's fascinating. I wonder if there are paranormal reports from that area. I suspect that there are.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, dude.
That's an interesting bridge.
I think it's an interesting bridge, dude.
Yeah, that's a crazy bridge.
Welcome to all the people from Facebook. I mean, 2 people that are from Facebook. When you're new on Facebook, it takes some time to train people. But we're going to get it going. Welcome to everybody. Also, Kick. We're now on Kick. So if you want to watch there as well as you can, welcome to Doomscrollin, the most educational show on planet Earth.
There's a little kick for you right there.
There's a little kick. Boom.
And
boom. High kick to the head.
We are at 3160.
Okay, we were cooking with gas. I feel like we slowed down a little bit, but I think we can get it back and still get high score.
Let's do it.
Peter, a few months ago, in your Kabbalah video, you mentioned the mystic significance of the Hebrew alphabet, but I'm a bit confused. How could an alphabet hold any magical power? That sounds rather ridiculous.
Well, first we have to define what an alphabet is. It's a series of symbols that each have their own distinct sound in human speech. These symbols are flexible, they have basic structures, but can look vastly different, hence the existence of font types and why you can read someone else's handwriting. When you combine these symbols together, you get an even more specific sound for a more specific idea. Like if I say cat, you instantly picture something like this. You don't think about doing it, you just do it naturally. That's how language and reading work. They operate by weaponizing perception. We make complex associations in our mind between all our senses to pinpoint specific concepts. Language allows us to name things, making clear mental distinctions between objects as being separate. Think about Christian Genesis. First thing God does is make night and day, distinction of opposites. And how does God do it? By speaking them into existence, by naming them using language. Think about the ancient Aramaic phrase, avracadabra, or I create as I speak. Since the dawn of civilization, language has been revered as the single tool that allows creation. Something without it, the world would be an unlabeled, blurry mess. Galahad Eridanus on YouTube has a great video titled The Logos that goes into much more detail, but the basic concept here is that language not only weaponizes perception, it enhances it. And language is infinitely versatile.
I see, it's a little abstract, but language is the ultimate tool on our brain's Swiss Army knife. And because the original Kabbalah scholars' language was Hebrew, they incorporated the Hebrew alphabet as being divine because of what language can do.
That's part of it, yeah. Interestingly, in many ancient traditions, the god who was associated with writing was also the god of magic, like Thoth in Egypt or Hermes in Greece. So, as you can see, many ancient cultures understood the magical significance of language. But what if I told you the Hebrew alphabet had a hidden code? A sort of secret cipher connecting it to a vast network of universal symbolism? Don't believe me? Well, take a closer look at the Hebrew alphabet structure. There are a total of 22 letters, split across 3 categories. 3 mother letters, 7 double letters, and 12 simple letters. Each category corresponds to a different archetypal force, and each letter a specific figure. The 3 mother letters, Mem, Aleph, Shin, are the 3 primitive elements, water, air, and fire. These letters form the basis of the alphabet, and these elements are the base 3 in alchemy. This can also be seen as a microcosmic reflection of a supernal triad, or the top of the tree of life. For it is here in which all of creation emanates. The 7 double letters, Beth, Gimel, Daleth, Kaf, Pi, Rish, and Tau, a tribute to the 7 planets of the ancients, and each planet an alchemical metal. Mercury is self-explanatory, but Gimel, the moon, is silver, Daleth for Venus, and copper, Koph is Jupiter, and tin, P being Mars, and iron, Resh, the sun and gold, and Tau is Saturn and lead. Lastly, the 12 simple letters correspond to the zodiac. He equals Aries, Vau equals Taurus, Zane equals Gemini, Cheth equals Cancer, Teth equals Leo, Yod equals Virgo, Lamed equals Libra, Nun equals Scorpio, Samek equals Sagittarius, Ayin equals Capricorn, until we get to Tzad, which is debated on. But for the sake of this video, we'll just say it's Aquarius. Lastly, Q-Oaf is Pisces. But, this is just the beginning. Each letter also relates to the major arcana.
It's too long. It's too long. Take it down. It's a long one. It's a good. I took it off, dude. Sorry, dude. That was a crazy video, and that's such a smart way to do it. Having cartoon voices explain that very crazy thing. Now, what I will say, dude, is that I had the Nephilim Death Squad guys on my show, Top, Lobster, and Raven, and they were talking about how the spoken word is powerful, and that they're a part of them thinks that that they're pushing telepathy so you don't speak it.
Interesting. That is like the by meaning pushing telepathy, like people are becoming more and more telepathic, or you mean
no? But they want telepathy. They want to push it as this really cool thing when really it's a dark thing.
I can see that. I mean, words just at the base level, words are magic. They can definitely change a person's emotion, and you can say one word to a person, it changes their entire mood. It makes them self-conscious or insecure, very powerful. As for like casting actual magic spells, I believe that is a very strong possibility. I'm sure it has happened and still continues to happen.
And you get into it, dude. You get into it like, look at political correctness. Just words. Certain words get certain reactions from people. And they've been trained to associate these words by certain people as automatically bad. But yet those same words said by other people are hilarious. It's like, it's such training. It's crazy. It's dark arts, dog. Dark arts.
Look how the language that we speak has evolved over the past 7 years with changing definitions of things and expanding the meaning of certain words. It's tough to keep up, and you're left behind, and then you're left to be feeling
unbelievable.
Bad about
Big jump on that one. Big jump. We're not even halfway through, but we're almost halfway to the high score. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna do it.
Universal and the record business was built on corruption. It started in the time of Prohibition and bootlegging. And once Prohibition ended, that distribution system became the music distribution system. It was the Chitlin circuit. They would traffic, so during Prohibition and during the Great Depression, there were these speakeasies, and all of the rich guys would go to these little clubs, these little speakeasies, and the gangsters would bring in the liquor, but the artist would either ride in the car with the liquor or right behind the car with the liquor, and they were on the circuit with the liquor. So once the liquor became legal, then they started selling records through that system. And that's how the music business became, paying people, under the table, doing this kind of stuff and all of this. So it was built on corruption. It was built on taking advantage of the artists. So do I believe it? Fuck yeah, I believe it. Because, there were jocks that I had to fire that some record company gave them a pile of cocaine and a stack of cash and said, play a record. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Dark arts, dude. There's a lot of darkness. Real quick. Jet just wanted to give money. Thank you, Jet. Yeah, very weird, dude. Everything's dark. Hollywood's dark. Just the name of Hollywood is associated with black magic. So yeah, I totally agree with all that. And I think by the way, black markets are free, are pure capitalism. By the way, that's free. That's the most pure capitalism you'll ever see in your life, and I'm okay with that because I think the future, once AI comes and all that stuff, is going to be black markets, dude. People, that's how they're going to make their money on the outside. You're either in a gang, in a mob, in a militia, and that's how you're going to make your money. It's about to get Mad Max up in this bit.
I can simply so in that back in the day when they're running hooch, I wonder who came up with the idea is like they drag a band along with them because these drunk people after drinking White Lightning are going to need something to dance to. And so as a band, it's a great opportunity to find an audience and to play live. Like it's a perfect marriage, unfortunately, is liquor and alcohol and rock and roll and music. It's an amazing combination. And what an opportunity for those bands.
You know, as a stand-up comic, once you do it long enough, you realize what your job really is, and that is to sell booze. You sell booze. So when Bert Kreischer was first going on the road, he was known as the party guy from Florida State. Van Wilder is based on his life, right? The movie Van Wilder is based on Bert Kreischer. And Bert would get dates everywhere and pack it out because he brought a party. He was a booze guy. So, you know, it goes hand in hand, dog, hand in hand.
I don't know if that's fortunate or unfortunate. That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
But I suppose, you know, Bert built his career off of that party atmosphere. So
yeah, for sure. Whoa, dude, did we get any points on that one? I didn't think we got
30. We got 30 points on that one.
That's all we got on that one. That was a great one.
It was a good video, but it wasn't pointed very well.
Wow.
I mean, that's the wheel. The wheel pointed it, and that's what they determined.
Does not care. No, the wheel does not. We had some bangers early, and now we're just fighting for our lives.
We're gonna crawl. We're crawling. Here we go.
Keep your eyes open. Nobody wants to buy Kobe Bryant's old house, and it's not because of the price. The stunning mansion once belonged to the late NBA legend, a gated estate in Orange County with sweeping views, 7 bedrooms, a private gym, and even a custom-built indoor basketball court. But the home has been sitting on the market for years, and no one will buy it. It's been shown to celebrities, investors, even international billionaires, yet every offer falls through. And the reason may go far beyond the price tag. Some say the house holds too much emotional weight. It's where Kobe spent some of his most iconic years, raising his family, training in silence, recovering between games. But despite its size, beauty, and historic value, it won't sell. Real estate agents say people feel weird energy the moment they enter the house. Flickering lights, cold air, and the feeling someone else is in the room. There are even rumors that guests have left in the middle of the night, saying the energy was too heavy or that they felt watched. One security guard even said he heard the sound of a basketball bouncing on the court when no one was there. People are saying that the house is cursed, while others believe Kobe's spirit never left the house. Even with price drops and media attention, the home remains untouched because maybe it was never meant to be lived in again.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow.
That's just one of those things where it's got too much recent history attached to it, and you don't want to step in there, even though it is Kobe's house. And it might be a cool novelty for the first few weeks, but then you got to live with his ghost. And that guy could play, so he's banging basketballs all up and down the house, the stairs, everywhere he goes. It's probably pretty annoying to live with that.
Dude, how are you telling me there's not one LA rapper that wouldn't buy that house? One that loves the Lakers? Ice Cube? You don't want to live in that house, dog? You're the biggest Laker fan. You're telling me there's not a Mexican cartel guy that's a big Laker fan that wouldn't buy that house just to hang out?
I'm sure that there's I could see some rich Chinese or Japanese person doing it eventually.
Sure.
Eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
But
the
as
Chinese
for
love basketball.
As for maybe like some cultural things, is a haunted house a likely purchase for certain people? Probably not. That's kind of like a white person's thing to go investigate haunted houses for the most part. I'm being stereotypical right there. But
yeah, that's okay because I would love to watch black people hunt ghosts. That would be the number one show.
There is a show. It's called Ghost Bros, And
Let's
they
go,
have,
dude.
They have a show. At least you can look it up. There's like they have 3 seasons out there.
So anytime 2 or more bros see something at the same time, it's gotta be a fact.
Yeah, they're awesome.
It's got to be a fact.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got to be a fact.
Yeah, Ghost Bros are
Gotta
awesome.
be.
I'll find some clips of the Ghost Bros for the next show. Maybe
Space
the
Bros.
wheel.
How about
Maybe the wheel.
How about Brothers? What was it called? Homeboys in Outer Space. You remember that show? Last for like a week.
No,
I would have
that's too
watched that.
I don't remember that show. Ghost Bros is my go-to paranormal show when I can find it.
Really, dude?
Yeah,
I
they're
need to
great.
get in on it.
They're fucking awesome. They're great.
I
Here
do.
we go.
We got some points on that one. Thank you, Wheel, for showing us love.
Here we go.
Here we go, dude. That video solid right there.
Oh no.
The dots just keep connecting.
Okay.
The other day I posted a video
Okay,
how Kris
I don't know why.
Jenner
We just
accidentally leaked $5 million Basquiat
watched
painting in Kim's home. It was pictured right over her
Mike,
daughter's head.
We watched this one already?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was the first video.
I downloaded it twice.
Well, it's okay, dude.
But we got a point for it.
We'll take the points. That makes up for the 30-pointer.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Must have downloaded it twice. Doomed
Yeah,
it.
dude. We have ways to win.
The generational beef between owls and crows is the craziest thing ever. Like, they're literally born with the instincts to eliminate each other. During the daytime, crows will literally put together flocks and go look for owls, driving them out of their nest and out of their neighborhood. And during the daytime, owls are just trying to sleep. Talk about a rude awakening. However, crows have a good reason to do so, because when nighttime comes around, the tables turn. Owls can fly completely silent, and they will literally fly nest to nest, eliminating every crow they find, and their eggs. It's war. In other words, if you live in an area where there's both owls and crows, you live in a battlefield.
Damn. I didn't realize there was such a heated street battle between crows and owls. That's crazy.
What team are you on, dude?
I think I like an owl. I have owls out back here, but I also have a lot of crows that come around, and so they're I guess they're more active. I see the crows more actively during the day, but the owls, I don't know. There's something.
A lot of team crows. I'm really amazed because owls can turn their head all the way around. I don't even know how they do that. How can you do that?
So on a base level, I think that that crows have a higher intelligence than owls. Owls, I think, by all measurements, are fairly dumb compared to a crow. And it seems like the crows have a lot more fun. They play pranks. They get into a lot more mischief. I think if I had, I think I gotta go Team Crow. Yeah,
they can rap better. Yeah, we'll go Team Crow, dude.
And and they had a movie called The Crow. You know, there's no movie The Owl. You know,
yeah,
so
owls are
branding.
associated with Bohemian Grove. Not going to do it, dude.
Yep,
we are owl. We're Team Crow all day, every day.
Team Crow.
Crows are the Wu-Tang of the bird community, dude. I think we only got 100 points for that.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Maybe 90.
The wheel is mad. Here we go.
Yeah.
Come on, we cannot get this video followed.
There are 2 universities in China that offer bachelor's degrees in weather engineering, not in meteorology, not in atmospheric science, not like predicting and forecasting the weather, specifically in engineering the weather. They have a weather modification program in every province in China. They are retrofitting their highest grade military drones to conduct weather modification operations. More than double-digit percentages of the water in the Three Gorges Dam, biggest dam in China, they attribute to precipitation enhancement operations. Inner Mongolia, the border with Mongolia and China, they're actively turning green by making it rain more there and planting trees. No kidding. Yeah, and they're doing initial experiments on flood mitigation all over Canton as well. They're the most sophisticated by far. And more still than that, they're collaborating with other governments around the world to export their technology and have control over the weather there. So like the Thai government, this is actually a pretty cool thing. They have what's called a royal rainmaking department because they have a king. They collaborate with the Chinese Meteorological Administration. So China does a lot of their weather modification. Then in the Middle East, they have some researchers features of their own. But it's really this sort of great power politics between the United States government, which is not super involved in weather mods, so really it's just me and my pals going there advocating for us, versus all of the best Chinese researchers. And the Chinese researchers, not only are they using more sophisticated drones, more sophisticated radar to measure what the results of the operations are, they've designed different kinds of nanoparticles that are way more efficient at inducing precipitation than anything that we have stateside right now.
Yeah. He lost me at America isn't in the weather modification. You lost me on that one. Jim Lee right now is rolling in his bed hearing that. I was on Rogan with Callan and Schaub. That is the episode where the clip that went viral was from. And I was telling them that, like, there are mountain areas in China that are completely dedicated to weather modification. And the size of the weather modification system is like the size of Spain. That's how much weather modification they have.
That is a huge area of control. And for that guy, I don't know his name, to be naive and just not look at the history of weather manipulation and weather modification here in the United States and what we've done, it just shows that he doesn't want to look. He doesn't want to look and doesn't want to know what we can do.
Or he's not allowed to talk. I mean, he's not
allowed to talk about it.
It's questionable.
Yeah.
Sorry. Super questionable.
Yeah. But if China's doing it, we've been doing it for over 20 years. Well over.
Weather.
All right. We got oh man, did we only get like 10 points for that one? It felt like the wheel giveth and then it taketh away.
The wheel is sassy. I think it's mad because we didn't have two shows.
It could be a little finicky.
A little angry.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
Take it, ladies. Take it. It's better for you.
That was good.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Quick
Take
and
it.
to the point. Quick and to the point.
Yeah, we got a couple points. I think we almost got 4,400 points for that.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the wheel liked that one. I think
All
the
right.
wheel likes sassy videos.
It does. Here we go. We're going to do it again.
Here we go.
This is the airline the government doesn't want to talk about. It's called Janet Airlines, which some say stands for just another non-existent terminal. Every weekday, a fleet of unmarked white Boeing 737s takes off from a private terminal at Las Vegas Airport. No logos, no public schedules, just a red stripe and a mystery. But here's where it gets wild. Once they're airborne, they turn off their transponders. They vanish from radar and head into restricted airspace over Area 51. Why? Because Janet's mission is to shuttle defense and aerospace workers to top secret sites you'll never see on Google Maps. This isn't a conspiracy, it's a real airline operating under absolute secrecy. And yet, most people have never heard of it.
Yeah, everyone thought that Area 51 was like a rumor, not real. And then until they found out that the employees of Area 51 sued the U.S. government for work conditions.
Yeah. I think it happened underneath Bill Clinton. I saw someone in the chat real quick say they've been doing weather modification over 150 years. Yes, I was just saying 20 years. But yeah, we've been doing it for a very long time.
For a long time, dog. For a long time.
As for this secret airline, it was, I think, talked about pretty early on by Bob Lazar. And then this all started culminating in the late 80s, early 90s, where Bill Clinton was basically forced to acknowledge Area 51 as a secret base because people are getting radiation sickness and dying. And then, just not but a few years later, they basically advertised the entire thing in the movie Independence Day, where halfway through the movie, they got to land down at Area 51 to see the alien bodies, to see the alien technology, to figure out how to defeat those giant motherships. So it went from within the span of 5 years, as Area 51 doesn't exist, to being in Hollywood within 5 years.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy, dude. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. All right, spin it. Man, we got some points on that one.
We got some
What was
big
that,
points.
like almost like 600 points?
We can't do math here, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood.
We can, but we refuse to do it.
Yes, that is correct.
people really deny
Yeah.
the existence of trauma inside a family is between siblings.
Yeah.
Where two siblings will grow up in the same household and be like, well, that never happened, or mom wasn't like that, or you're just being too sensitive. In your work, what have you discovered about how siblings can grow up in the same house?
No siblings grow up in the same house. No siblings have the same parents. No siblings have the same family. No siblings have the same childhood. Why not? There are a whole lot of reasons. Number one, there's the birth order. Parents don't relate to the first child the way they relate to the second child. Then there's gender differences. Parents don't relate to... I'm not talking about whether parents love the kids or not. I'm talking about what actually happens. The child doesn't experience the parents' love. The child experiences the way the parent shows up. So, number one. Number two, the parents' relationship might be in a different phase, one child and another. Then, the parents might be in a different economic situation. The parents' lives might be different. Then, each child will evoke a different response from the parent. Like with my 3 kids or your 3 kids. Yeah, you have 3 children. Yeah, you have 2 daughters and a son. I have 2 sons and a daughter. It's not that I loved or we loved any one of them more than the other, but we responded to them differently. And there's one more factor, which is children are born with different temperaments, which is they experience the world differently. So even if I could be the same parent to all my kids, which I couldn't be, they'd still have 3 different parents because they would experience me differently.
Damn, dude. Psychological warfare.
I could see that. I think I don't think I know. My dad likes my older brother a little better than me. That's just the way it is. And
What do you think that is? Why? And when did you realize that?
Probably, I could see it. Not necessarily, maybe 7th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, because of sports. I think my older brother was better at sports, and so my dad gravitated to that, and they had that kind of relationship together where I gravitated more towards arts and drawing and music and all that kind of stuff. So I had a much more of that kind of interaction in a relationship with my mother because she was a musician and was kind of pushing that on both the boys. But I took to it more than my older brother. So I think they just divided and conquered. It's like, you take the older kid, I'll work with the middle kid. So
I would say growing up, I wouldn't say that my parents loved my brother more, but there was definitely a different way to deal with him. Like when I was young and I wanted my first car, I had to go buy it. It was an $800 car. My parents gifted my brother, and I know reasons why. They gifted him like a $3,000 Ford Mustang, a green one, a green Ford Mustang. And so now later on in life, because nobody knew what I was going to do, everyone thought I was going to pump gas because I just didn't do well in school. And then now, they appreciate my skill set. And not that they never not loved me. They always loved me. I'm very blessed to have the parents I had. But there was definitely a different, what's the word? A different way of dealing with us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know if they were. I didn't get into a lot of trouble, but it seems like they were a little bit more forgiving. I guess maybe to the older kid, the older brother. And by the time my youngest brother was born, they kind of like hands off. They're like, whatever.
Approach, yeah.
They're like, yeah, whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
So,
well, they always say when you have a much, if you have a bunch of kids, but by the time they get to the last kid, it's like, do whatever you want. We don't care at this point. We're tired.
Oh yeah, and he was like 8 years younger than me, so he was like kind of like really the baby of the family. So yeah, it's a weird situation.
I'm with you.
But that guy was right. No kid is raised the exact same way.
Yeah,
and the kids have a different opinion and perspective of their parents. It's just the way it is. So,
it's interesting. I have twins, and one is autistic, so they're definitely raised differently.
Yeah. And they're going to look at you differently, obviously. And so they're going to interact with you differently. And you're going to, like, one of them is going to like a certain toy over another toy. And they're going to go in different directions like that.
Yeah, dude, crazy
all
times.
right. Well, we figured out the world.
Here we go. Guys, great show. Talk to you soon.
Karl Marx was today's equivalent of a trust fund baby. Let's take a look at this book, Marxism, The Philosophy and Economics by Thomas Sowell. Karl Marx's father was a prosperous lawyer who also owned vineyards as well as houses whose rent supplemented his income. And his son, Karl Marx, idolized him. How interesting. So he's a trust fund baby that loves daddy's money. But daddy dies, and the mom is like, you're a grown man, you can handle it yourself. And Marx is mad. He's like, y'all are rich, why aren't you still funding my entire lifestyle? And since he did not have access to daddy's money, it seems like he struggled to pay the rent, buy groceries, pay his bills, and his family often dodged creditors. So this is just a grown man that doesn't know how to manage money. He's gotten plenty of money from daddy's estate. He's gotten money from his wife's family, money from people who he worked with, like Ingalls, who was also wealthy, by the way. So this is just a rich kid out on his own, no longer has access to mommy or daddy's money. The wife's family isn't giving the money anymore. And he's like, what do? I don't want to work a regular job. I want to write about my passion, communism. That's my passion. I just want to write about it. So he can't pay the bills. His children are dying of starvation. All this stuff is happening. And even during his long years of poverty, the Marx household still had a maid. But we hate the rich, right? We hate the bourgeoisie, even though the bourgeoisie funded his entire life.
Yes.
Interesting. It seems to me that when Karl Marx ran into an issue, ran out of money, ran into debt, he blamed rich people for his issues because who else is there to blame? Never worked in a factory, never had a regular job, always did what he wanted and lived off of other people's money. But he hates the rich. But down with capitalism, right? Okay.
Sounds dude, that's a great video, dude. That is a great video. I've always said this. Trust fund kids are always the problem.
Yeah, they really are. And now, I mean, his philosophies, like, so if you're given a life of basically to do anything you want, some people might squander it. They might become daredevils or become drug addicts. At least Marx wrote something that has impacted the world. Maybe not for the better, you know, probably not.
Probably not for the better.
Probably not. But he did contribute something of significance to the world that we are still dealing with today. Holy crap.
I agree with you, dude. I mean, it's just, you see it in LA. It's just rich kids virtue signaling, just fighting windmills. And that's what happened to this guy. And if his dad hadn't died, would we ever have found communism? Because what they do is they just look for the right thing to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
We live in crazy times. That was a great video.
It was very educational. Very well done. Simple to the point, providing information that not everyone knows or remembers, and presents it in a great way.
I wish we would have done that video of the show. I think we might have.
We can do it too.
Can we do another one? I want to throw that video of the
video of the day. Great job, guys.
See, we can do it. We can do anything we want.
Yeah, dude. We run the show outside the wheel. The wheel runs everything.
We operate the wheel. The wheel runs us. But here we go. We're going to do it again. We're up to 58-10. Here we go.
Wow. We're so close to winning.
Did you know that cigarette smoke is the reason why sports photography used to look so much cooler than it does today? See, if you go back to the 60s and 70s, all of the iconic sports photos had a cinematic feel. There's a separation between the players and the crowd that just doesn't exist anymore. And this was even true with black and white photos. Now, it's not because photographers were using film or different cameras. It's because back when smoking was allowed in arenas, everyone did it. So the arena would literally be filled with smoke. And all those smoke particles would scatter the light, and you would get this blue haze that you can see in all of these pictures. It creates this nostalgic feel, which is literally impossible to replicate unless arenas unban smoking cigars and cigarettes. It's also important to note that in these photos, you don't see signage and ads in the background, which gives it more of an authentic feel. And I know we're never going to get photos to look like this again. However, can the NBA for the finals at least bring back the Larry O'Brien trophy at center court? I think we can all agree it would make the series feel more special, and the photos would be so much more iconic. Now, if you want to hear more untold sports stories like this, just drop me a follow.
Okay.
Drop him a follow. Frank,
man, those pictures did look so good back then. Like, we got to start smoking again. It looks so good.
If we want nice photos, we need to smoke.
It did. Everything looked so like atmospheric and misty. There was it had like everything had like a real weight to it when you looked at those photographs. Now everything's like crystal clear and HD is almost too clear.
Too bright.
And
It's just too bright in the arena.
And he brought up a great point with the advertisements. It's just like there's too many advertisements. It actually takes away from the vibe of the game when you're looking at like when you're watching the game and it's Capital One's like on the side of it. It's like everything is there to maximize your attention so they can make money off you. And looking at these old photos is just it's incredible. That's why we don't.
I agree, dude.
We're not. I'm frustrated by it all. That's why I still smoke a cigarette,
dude.
I smoke one cigarette a day to help out.
I'll zen for you.
Have you ever smoked? Were you a smoker back in the day?
Never smoked. The only time when I was in college, I would smoke. If I saw a hot chick smoking a cigarette, I'd walk up and grab a cig from her.
Hell yeah.
And then bang, bang, pow.
Yep. That's the way you do it.
That's how we do it, dude. Fortune.
So strap yourself in.
I work in politics, and I just got back from a trip in Washington, D.C., and I want to tell you the absolutely unhinged rumor I heard from current and former federal workers and people on Capitol Hill about what Donald Trump is about to do next. Because if it's true, it will alter the course of American history forever. I want to preface this by saying I'm not a journalist. What I'm about to share with you is just a rumor, though I did hear it from multiple people who do not know each other from multiple areas of the federal government. So with all those disclaimers, I'm going to share this with you anyway because I think you deserve to know. Long story short, Donald Trump is trying to give Washington, D.C. to billionaire Peter Thiel. I mean that literally, not figuratively. Like he is trying to give a billionaire control over the land and the people within Washington, D.C. The specific rumor is that instead of granting Washington, D.C. statehood like its residents have been demanding for years, he wants to actually roll back the little bit of independence that they already have of self-government. Apparently, he's considering turning the district into what some call a freedom city. Proponents of freedom cities advocate for areas and territories that are governed and owned completely by corporations, so essentially corporate colonies. So there's no federal government oversight, there's no state government oversight. Essentially, these freedom cities are ruled by CEO kings. So from what I'm hearing, the Trump administration is exploring abusing DC's existing status as a district to make it the first freedom city and give it to his billionaire buddy, Peter Thiel. This is a disaster for reasons I shouldn't have to elaborate on. Obviously, that would set an incredibly dangerous precedent. It's hugely symbolic to give the area where the federal government runs to a billionaire. We're really talking about a new era of colonization rooted in techno-fascism. And while this particular rumor is new, Trump's association with people who lobby for the creation of freedom cities is well known, and they were at his inauguration. I know it sounds far-fetched, but we really should start fighting against this now before it becomes a reality.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we know that, and the crazy thing is, like, people just don't. And I've seen a couple comments in the chat. The D.C. District of Columbia is not part of the United States. It's a facade. It is part of the three pillars that control humanity, and that is D.C., City of London, and the Vatican. And they're really the ones in control. Everyone wants to think it's Israel or whoever, but that's who's really in control. So that totally makes sense to me, what she's saying there. A lot of people talking about conspiracy smoke show, for sure. One guy wants to drink her bath water, for sure.
All right.
But she did bring up some good stuff, and he is balls deep into these tech overlords.
Yeah, he's
continuity of government. Yeah. That's what people are talking about. Continuity of government.
Like I don't want DC to become its own state. I don't want it to become like a corporate-run entity. I just want it to be what it is. Like they're all claiming about we don't have representation. Well, yeah, you do have some representatives to speak on your behalf in the House. And if you really want to vote, go to your own state. I think you can
go to Virginia.
Yeah, you can vote provisionally. It's all fine. Like you don't need to become your own state. It's ridiculous. These people.
Yeah, dude, I agree, dude. It's kind of crazy what's happening right now. And she's like, we got to stop it before something happens. I'm like, dude, stop right now. Look at that score.
Dude, we must have hit the golden video by accident and didn't even know.
Dude, we have set a high score here.
80, 90, 9. This is incredible.
Oh my God, guys, write this down in your diaries. You witnessed greatness today. I mean these no king stuff. This is all part of what's happening right now. This is all bringing in that Chinese surveillance.
Yeah,
state.
it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It just comes down to which team is going to be at the control switch. That's it. That's all it comes down to. It's going to happen. Like this whole plan has been operating and running along for a very long time. And it just so happens Trump's in power right now, and Peter Thiel has a company that can correlate a lot of this data, but it was going to be built by someone, and this is what they tell themselves. Someone else was going to do it, so I might as well do it. This is Elon Musk's philosophy, and this is the philosophy of why the United States continues to try to rule the world, because they say, if we don't do it, someone else will.
I agree.
It's a really messed up way to look at things, but that's
it totally is, dude. Someone just asked, what's the scoring? Don't worry about it.
That's how many points we're getting.
The wheel knows how the scoring goes. We just go along with it.
All right, we have not got the video of Folly yet. We're coming dangerously close.
Do it. We set a high score.
Here we go. We're
you gotta get that Folly early. Later on, it's costing you buku points.
It does. It's a tough one to. I probably have a few more spins, and then I know you have some featured videos that you want to get to.
I got a bunch of them.
A bunch of them. Here we go.
Go to sleep right now.
No!
Go to fucking sleep. Turn this phone off. I am so upset with you right now.
That was almost 300 points right there.
The wheel liked that video, like a lot of spitting. I don't know what it's about, but it was funny.
It was funny, and there was big chi-chis. Those are some of our favorite videos.
Yeah, maybe the wheel likes that. Here we go.
So strap yourself in.
Know who created Bitcoin?
There's a game called Space Quest 4 that came out in 1991. In this game, there is a coin that you can spin called Buckazoids. If you look on the coin, it has the Bitcoin logo on it.
No way.
Here's where it gets spooky.
There you go.
Who's the developers? Rod Nakamoto and Satoshi Usaka. Who did they know? Hal Finney. Who is Hal Finney? Hal Finney is the first person to receive 10 Bitcoin on the Bitcoin ledger. Wow. And when he received those Bitcoins, he was only a mile away from Satoshi Nakamoto. So you have two developers that have the pseudonym in their names, Satoshi Nakamoto, and they knew the first person to receive a Bitcoin transaction. Hal Finney right now, he died in 2014 from ALS, and he is in Scottsdale, Arizona right now, frozen. Where do you want to keep your crypto when you want to keep it safe? In cold storage, just like Hal Finney. He's right now in cold storage, just like Demolition Man. If you go back to that movie, I think that's going to happen the same thing with Hal Finney, and they're going to thaw him out when they have a cure.
Right.
I mean, I'm on board with this theory, and just because I also like the Space Quest Sierra games back in the day, but I think they put it together. I think they figured it out. They put it together. It makes nothing but sense, and they figured out who created Bitcoin.
I think that, I mean, if that's real, and you always gotta go, but sounds real. That guy, I see a lot of his videos.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy, dude.
I think that's the real deal. I wonder if he's being stored in right next to Ted Williams' head.
And how much does it cost to keep someone frozen forever? What does that cost?
Yeah, think of the refrigeration bill and the electricity. It's probably quite considerable. I know it's rumored that Walt Disney is frozen. You know, Ted Williams' head. Although Ted Williams' head went through a lot of trauma. The famous baseball player, like they found his head like in just some freezer. It wasn't even cryogenically frozen. They signed up to a horrible cryogenic company, and they found Ted's head just like on some shelf in a freezer.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's craziness what's going on with Ted.
Poor Ted.
What do you say?
That's
one more
nuts.
We say one more spin and
one or two spins, whatever you want to do, and then let's roll. I got videos.
Here we go.
We'll do two.
We're really pushing it.
Yeah, I really am pushing it.
Disney almost opened a slave park.
park where guests could feel what it was like to be a slave. And to say it was a disaster would be an understatement. In the 1990s, Disney was looking to expand, so they started building more and more theme parks. Like all their parks, they really emphasize immersion and want visitors to feel like they've been transported to the park's theme or time. When ideating the concept for their next park, they decided American history would be a good idea, bought 3,000 acres, and were ready to build what they called Disney's America. When announcing the plans, Disney's creative director said, quote, "How can you do a park on America and not talk about slavery? We want to make you feel what it was like to be a slave and what it was like to escape through the Underground Railroad." Needless to say, that didn't go over too well. There was a ton of backlash for various reasons, and the idea was scrapped and the park never opened.
This could be a problem.
Oh my God, dude.
How'd that get past the planning stages? They had multiple meetings over this. Someone initially said, this is a good idea. People are going to like this.
Let's give it a green light for right now and circle back around.
Yeah, maybe we'll have additional ideas to kind of spruce it up a little bit more. We won't emphasize the slavery so much.
Dude. That is crazy. So we're going to let you pick. Let's spin it one more time. I feel like we're dancing a dirty dance right now, but we're gambling men here.
Here we go. We're at 8609. Here we go. This is the final spin, people.
Are we pressing it? The final spin.
So keep your eyes open.
Learned something new about the film Idiocracy today, which if you've never seen it, shame on you. It's almost 20 years old now, and it's a hilarious movie about a dystopian future where American society has evolved to the point where everybody is just a complete idiot. Apparently, the costume designer in this film didn't have a big budget, and she needed shoes for the characters to wear, and she wanted shoes that looked futuristic but also really stupid. She found this small startup company that was making shoes, and they weren't like out in the world yet. She was like, these shoes are perfect because they look ridiculous. And Mike Judge, the producer of the movie, was like, well, what if by the time the movie comes out, you know, this company is big and these shoes are popular and people are actually wearing them? The costume designer was like, are you kidding? These are ridiculous. Nobody's ever actually going to wear these shoes. Look at them. Guys, those shoes that appeared in the movie were Crocs. Just normal Crocs. We're all wearing idiot shoes. I'm part of the problem. I have 2 pairs and 3 more pairs on my wish list. I don't know if that's common knowledge for fans of the movie, but I read that for the first time today and just cracked up laughing.
All right. I'm glad we spun. I'll write that number down because that's a high score that may never be beat again.
90-59, people. 90-59. Holy moly. That is, we're like 3,000, close to 3,000 over our last score. It's incredible.
Wow.
Woo.
We are winning. All right, here we go. These are the videos I think you have to see. Here we go. Let's start off with a fun one real quick. Here we go. This one's interesting. How come it's not playing? No. Let's see. Let's try one more time with this. Let's try another video, then we'll do it. Hold on. Here we go. Let's try this one. These are good videos. Oh, no.
It's on screen. I see it.
Okay. But I can't hear it.
Oh, no.
Hold on, let me see. Damn it! This was the greatest. This is the greatest episode we ever had.
Is it normal when you go on?
Okay, try one more time. I'll try another video. See if we can kick this out, or else that's our show, folks. And we have so many great videos to show you. Oh, come on! This is they do this once in a while. You'll see them do this once in a while. Let's see this one. Here we go. Nope, it's just not playing them. Unbelievable.
Huh.
StreamYard does this every once in a while.
This is not. It's not satisfied.
Cool. Oh, hold on here. I think I got a way to do it. Hold on.
We're gonna do this, people.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
These computers, I tell you, they just get crazier and crazier.
Hold on. Let's see if this does it. Let's see if it goes. Nope. So basically what that was, because I didn't get a chance to tell you guys. Let me see if he'll play it right now. Nope. Very interesting. So basically that was that girl has a special needs sister, and she basically describes her day.
Oh, as what the special needs person experiences.
Yeah, or what she thinks is she just describes her incredibly hot sister, what her day's like. So here we go. If you guys are, is this okay or should we call it? I got some more videos.
It sounded like the audio is doubled there, like but it's not like that bad, but it does sound like it's doubled. Let's try another one.
Okay, let me try one thing. Where's that? Hold on. Let me try one more thing. Hold on here.
It's all right.
Here we go. Here we go. Let me do this so that we won't have the double up. Here we go.
Problem.
This is a love story. This one's a love story. Here we go. This is a story of love. Here we go. Enjoy it. Can you see it?
Cannot see it yet. It's not on screen yet.
Hold on. This thing is... Oh, here we go. What is going on here?
We're doing it, people.
We're trying, guys. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? This is about a breakup. This is about a... Yeah, she had a kid, dude. She had a kid.
Well, for people listening at home, it was a white couple and she had a black kid. And they seem to be like, what, 17, 18?
Yeah.
If that. So
here we go. Here's another fun video for all the fun kids. I'll keep these ones short. We won't do all of them. Oh, you're going to love this one. Here we go. Oh. Here we go.
So this raw dogging has become a bit of a thing, and I feel a bit responsible.
You want something to read?
No.
Well, are you going to take a nap? Or...
No.
You just going to sit there staring at the back of the seat?
My concern is that somebody's going to get hurt. And if you go into this thing blindly, you know what I'm saying, just not reading, watching something, you better be okay with what's going on up here. Is that your old noggin? I'm not, but it's weird and entertaining at times. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. It's not for novices.
Goddamn David Puddy.
Yeah, he's great. Great actor. Great actor. Here we go. We'll do one or two more. Here we go. These are important videos. Very important for you guys to see. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. These are very important videos. Here we go. This one I find very interesting. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to actually go. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
Just guys, hold on. Just know I'm battling the forces of stupid right here on StreamYard. Here we go.
Is it normal when you go on a good date and the guy is really nice to assume that because he's nice, he's gay?
That would be this box right here. This is my relationship chart zones. I simplified this entire area here down to this. So now you have no excuse. You have to get it. What she's saying is when she goes on a date with a guy who has a lot of nice, it doesn't do anything for her. It feels gay. And when she goes on a date with a guy who has a lot of attractive, then it doesn't feel gay. So a lot of guys do these nice things instead of being these attractive things because society told us just be nice, just be yourself. But it doesn't work. Nobody owes you for that. The way that zones works is that these things make her feel attracted to you, and these things make her feel safe with you. So very, very safe, but not very attractive, feels gay. I made a video about this called Sword Pilled. You should watch it. I also made a packet on Patreon. I'm trying to educate the public. The basic idea is you gotta stop trying to be nice. They don't like nice. You have to be attractive and then be nice later if she likes you. Here's a preview from the packet. This is good information. Click the link on my profile. Everything is on the link in my profile. You will figure it all out. Here's a review. Here's another review. Here's another one. Here's another one. I got a whole folder of them. They keep coming. Don't be nice. This is how they feel about it.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, he does some very interesting psychological videos.
He's very, very interesting. Here
Yes,
we go.
he is.
Let's see if we have some other ones. I think you guys might. Oh, you like this one. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this again. I'm getting better at this, guys. I'm learning. As I learn, you can learn too.
People are calling me gay in the chat because I'm so nice.
You are nice and you are not gay.
A little bit.
Here we go.
Who is Linda and why is she a hoe? Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this about me, but all of my really close friends will hit me up and be like, do your detective work. And I'm like, I'm on it. I need to figure this out. This is killing me. I just saw this like 10 minutes ago and I started already doing some research. Who is Linda? Why is she a hoe? If you know anything about this, please let me know. I need to crack this case. Linda, you're in trouble, girl. Stop being a hoe.
So she didn't solve it. She said she was going to solve it, and she didn't solve it. And by the way, that is the most Vegas haircut I've ever seen in my life. That's how Vegas girls look. And they are hot. She
just gave up. She just gave up, basically.
She's just like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah. This is a great video. I think you're going to love it. This is from the incredible Duncan Trussell. Here we go. Hold on. This is from the incredible Duncan Trussell, who is probably one of the smartest people I know. Here we go. Enjoy it. Here we go.
Bread and meat, fried potatoes that you eat. My voice is a bit off key. He remembers not blurring name out. Worked at the CIA. Now I work in marketing. Here's more people eating food, eating fast food. Eat food, eat more fast food. Eat food, eat more fast food. Fast food!
At Karmafraning, here a Cyril will go and take her up on the liver voting.
Baptizing the kid at the end is perfect.
My favorite part is he got trans in there to enjoy the hamburger too. He's reaching all. There was a trans in there. Here we go.
Hamburgers don't
What up?
discriminate.
Hey, hold on, buddy. You need to chill. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Not you, the people talking. You can talk all you want, buddy. Okay, here we go. I love this guy.
What up? Yeah, I just want to give a quick appreciation to the dude with the huge hog during COVID. His name was Barry Wood. Such a legend. And it was so terrifying in those early days, you're like, Tom Hanks got it, no more NBA. Oh, did one of my boys get it? And I'd get a text from one of my boys being like, dudes, I got it. Here's the link to my test. I'd click the link, and it would just be that dude's hammer. I'd be like, I think it's every man's dream to have his dink be a source of peace in the midst of chaos, and Barry Wood did just that, so massive appreciation to that dude and his huge knob. What up?
They're great, I mean, I get it. I really do. I'm going to play
a source of levity in those trying times.
Yeah, and by the way, people have watched so much pornography that they know exactly what they're looking at. It's not going to shock people.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. This one's for you, buddy.
Okay.
This one is for you. Hold on, let me see. I had it, and now I can't find it, so let me find it real quick. Let me find it. Where is it, man? Come on, dude. Where did it go? Nope, that's not it. I had it, and now I don't have it.
Okay.
And that's making me sad because I think you would love it. I think you'd think it was the greatest thing ever. And it is missing.
We'll
Interesting.
find it for next time? You want to find it for next time?
Oh, here, I found it. Can I play
Found
it?
it.
And
Here
I'm
it
going
is.
to play one more for you after this. Hold on. This is, I don't know why I think you'll love this video. I don't know why. I just think you'll love it.
I might.
Here we go.
Oh my God, the explosion is incredible.
It only takes seconds, guys. It only
I
takes
love
seconds.
it. You're right. I did love it. It's because
I know
the
you love
acting,
those
the
guys.
Foley work, the stunt work, it's just incredible. I love that stuff.
Okay. Here's our final video of today's incredible episode. Here we go. This one's for all you guys. Enjoy this. Okay, I am going to work on that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ready? This one's for the kids. This is from the Q Bang Guy. Here we go. Let me just start from the beginning.
Unit. You stole my baby mama for free calls. It's time to take down Pug.
Alpha 50 Cent going crazy on Instagram. Recruit a group of celebrities who love the party.
It's freak off time.
Bad boy, baby.
Astroglide.
Honey packs.
Rhino pills.
Magic mushrooms.
MDMA.
Baby
Why is it
oil.
sideways?
Let me see that mangina.
You reached the climax.
I'm tired of the paparazzi. I'm standing on business. And I'll f you for rent money.
Let's party.
Freak off Rangers. You mighty morphin' freaky Rangers.
Sexy, can I just pardon my manners?
Man, that would have rocked if it was the right way. That would have rocked for sure.
It was good. I mean, that's what AI can do for us.
That's what, hey, dude, I'm loving it. Some people get angry at AI. I'm like, let's have fun.
Yeah.
Guys, we set high scores. We've had some of the most people watching, 3 people on Facebook. I'm sure we had a bunch of people on Kick. Guys, this is the greatest show ever. Midnight Mike, where can they find you? One more time.
Go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbouth.com. All the links are there. Please go. Yes.
Yes, and go to samtripoli.com. Get the dates right now. I'm going to be in Florida this weekend, San Diego, Boston, Broadbrook, Kansas City, and then Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then New Orleans. And that's our show, guys. That is the doom scrolling for the show. We learned a lot today. Educational. Leave in what your favorite video was. We had 2 videos of the day. That's a great show. Midnight, I love you. I hope the goats feel better. And we'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Smash the likes. Hit the subscribe.